this is Mo, he, him. Welcome to episode 35 of Dark Souls 2. Niko is going to get all snowy tonight and make a cursed meatloaf using a pizza stone tomorrow. Peregrine is going to do a ton of push-ups and talk about bugs. Their pronouns are they, them, and also anime. I love the way this Vocaloid says, about bugs. I am not going to be very helpful, and I'm going to look at the World Wide Web to find the most blessed content to share with everyone. Sparkletone, they, them, the speedrunner, is going to be helpful enough for all of us. Niko is going to be controlling the controller. They, them.
God.
Please introduce yourselves in the following order. Peregrine, Niko, Sparkletone.
Press 1 to... Press A to touch pool of blood. What?
I am so glad my pronouns are now officially they, them, anime.
Damn it.
You
I wanted to
and
be anime.
half of the people I follow on Twitter. I'm trying to figure out how anybody
Please introduce
died
yourselves
here
in the
and
following
the
order.
Phantoms didn't...
Niko, Peregrine, Sparkle.
That's a different order. Hi everyone, I'm Niko. Last night I had a little wet spot on the bottom of my foot, and I checked, and it was a dead spider.
Ugh.
I was sad.
Whoa. I'm Peregrine, and I cherish and nurture every spider I find.
It was an accident.
There
I
are now,
didn't mean to do it. I just noticed a dead spider on the bottom of my foot.
God.
That's life. That's life, Peregrine. Sometimes you're Niko and sometimes you're the spider. That's just how life is.
Damn.
Anyway, speaking of spiders, there aren't any in the place where we're going in the game tonight.
Too cold for spiders.
There's just a really big kitty and a lady who kept telling us to go away.
I like the
and
slow
also a building
strut.
to wander around inside. I think that's pretty much it.
It's gonna mosey on over to the bonfire, you know?
That's a
entirely different franchise.
That's a walk.
So last time we finished up the Broom Tower DLC and started to check out the DLC whose name I'm going to read in Frozen Eleum Loyce is where we went to. So
It's the Ivory King DLC. It's the only one that I can consistently keep straight because it's full of snow. Snow is white. Ivory is white. So I get.
And I heard that this DLC would be Snow Problem. So.
Well.
Wow.
Let's go make a friend.
Yeah, we can go talk to the kitty, or we found a bonfire in from the snowstorm. Those are kind of our two options right now.
It's snowstorm, but consider snorm.
What?
Nope. Rejected out of hand.
Snorm.
Not considered for even a moment.
Consider for a moment Darude Sandstorm, but it's Jingle Bells, and it's called Snowstorm.
Darude Sandsnorm.
Nope. Alright, well that was a thing. Don't eat me!
Is there boss music for this?
There it is.
There should
Oh, okay,
be.
it's just very faint.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a slow starting one. It should be. I like the way the fur on its kind of chest area, like the underside, looks like icicles.
It's just, that's what happens to fur when it gets real wet and real cold together at the same time.
Yeah.
You can imagine the discomfort this poor cat must be under.
It seems fine. It's a little grumpy, but I don't think that's the cold.
Oh, I love Grumpy Cat.
Yes, this is Grumpy Cat. The king's pet.
This kitty is just mad that no one cleans his litter box.
I just had a thought that I need to share with all of you, and that thought is grumpy cat. I was so off on the last one, damn it.
Well, it took us 36 episodes, but we finally... It took us 35
I got eaten.
episodes. It took us 35 episodes, but we finally have our in the air tonight drum fill moment.
Is that... Wait, is the cat just like farting on me when it does that?
I just assume cats are never not farting on people.
True.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean,
if I was a cat.
It's the same particle effect as other, like, boss AoE spells.
Please never refer to a fart as a particle effect, please.
No. I mean,
a
like,
particle effect?
I mean, what we can
Go away for literally 10 seconds.
I am saying that the attack appears to work in the game like every other like boss AoE spell explosion sort of thing, but
so you're saying those are all farts?
It's possible that either A, those are all farts, or B, this particular one is a fart, but they didn't have the time or the budget to go in and change the spell effect, and we're just supposed to understand.
Listen, all I have to say is...
They couldn't, separate the AoE, like, spell effect from the center of the model. They couldn't, like, move it back a little bit.
All I have to say is whoever Smelter dealt her.
Well,
Smelter!
Speaking of spell effects, we now have one that is definitely not fart. It is the Crystal Spear spell that we can also do.
Wait, so this cat just casts like this is like the most phoned in difficulty scaling possible, right? You just like make the normal animal cast
showed
magic.
Up to this fight, the cat was invisible. Like,
I think this cat might be hacking.
the cat is a wizard. Like, what do you want?
Oh, it's a deal swirl.
See, look, it's like tail comes up right as it does the big fart.
Yeah, and so the explosion comes out of the center of the character model, but that just seems like a developer oversight.
I mean,
farts
start in the center of the body. This is a known. They just
Oops.
The body is shaped like a whirlpool, and then farts come from that whirlpool.
I don't know if that's true.
Which one of us has the degree?
I know, you are the science person.
Mo went to culinary school.
I did.
My name. Okay, I want to announce my new pronoun.
And dropped out. So.
My pronouns are they, them, anime, and science. Thank you. The science is important.
They/them, anime/science.
Yeah, my pronouns are just anime science. I always want to make more of those jokes than I do because I feel bad because I don't want people to think that I'm making fun of pronoun choices because I'm super not. But also,
I think it's one of those things. I feel that way when anyone does yes, the two plank construct of a joke.
Oh, fuck.
Yes,
farts.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
But those are still funny jokes as long as you're not being shitty about it and making them in the right company.
As long as neither of those is a helicopter, then it's okay.
How did nobody comment on me saying the World Wide Web? Did I need to say I was debating going for the information superhighway, but I thought that would be too much, but I guess not.
I turned away from my mic so I didn't just burst out laughing in the middle of your intro. I wanted to give you the space to finish.
Oh well,
I thought it was a little too soon to bring up webs.
Why?
Rest in peace, Spider.
Pour one out.
I was staring into the abyss
Boris.
of that bit and waiting to chime in when I felt like the abyss was staring back, and that took a lot longer than it. That it took so long for me to feel that way probably says something about me, and I don't know. I don't know what that is.
What bit?
Uh-oh.
Oh. Mo, remember how I linked you the Kiwami Japan video like a week or two back, and it was the shark teeth knife?
That was like 3 months ago, but yes.
What about... What if we made the edit of that where we put Baby Shark underneath it?
You'd have to do it in a way that would
How am I alive?
would like correspond with stuff
Oh,
in the
the magic
video, which would be
pixel.
very tough. Like the thing that I've been thinking
No.
about recently, which is like literally the most blessed thing I've ever posted on this into our chat. Let me just find it.
That's nothing you've described nothing.
No, I'm
you've
about
ever
to post
posted.
the most blessed thing ever. So
Oh,
just
you mean
give
it's
me a
not
second.
Yoders?
Oh, we're talking blessed like in the Evangelion sense of the word.
I don't know them.
Oh,
I'm talking about blessed is the opposite of cursed. But just watch this, please.
where are we going? Oh, we're
Oh, that's a very unfortunate place to be standing.
got a
Oops,
same
I don't wanna do
similar choice in weapons.
Oh, it looks like we'd actually
Is that
be able to get
is
a
that
human.
a human?
Yeah.
That is a human.
Like the edit that
I don't think
person
I need
did
a
for
human,
that
but,
video.
like-
Shout outs to Neon.
is
Neon's
so
got some good
incredible.
style.
Yeah, you've been getting like half to 2/3 of the way through.
Yeah, I think I'm fine. I just wanted that little bit of extra health to give me some buffer. So
Yeah,
Neon.
Yeah.
Oh, you want some buffer?
Automata.
What PH you aiming
that
for?
sounds like it's a
Yeah,
NPC.
Masterless Glencore is definitely an NPC. They're also in the Belfry Tower, and I think one or two other places. Ellie is also an NPC.
Oh,
What was that for?
sorry. It's a combination of just for some reason thinking about my life choices and my wrists being sore from push-ups.
Oh, what are you doing tonight?
We're only like 3 deaths in. How are you
Yeah, but
already
like
complaining?
you did it very quickly. Well, it's
I thought
also
about
like
I thought about doing a workout with you tonight in solidarity, but I did 2 workouts today already, so I'm like, nah, I'm good.
I have like a new rule for myself. I've been playing more Fate Grand Order lately, and to prevent the creeping self-loathing that inevitably sets in during that process, I've made a rule where if I'm going to do like grinding for an evening, I need to like go on either like the Stairmaster or like the elliptical or something and like work out while I'm grinding.
Oh, buddy.
And I've been
So I have an exercise bike in my apartment. It was the first thing I bought when we got our new apartment, and I do the Slay the Spire daily on the bike like every day, and it takes like 35 minutes, and like that's the bike. Sometimes it takes longer if I'm doing really well, and I have to be like, oh, maybe I should just die. Maybe I should just concede that I can't climb the spire in my like simulated mountain bike. Because it's like, I used to play FIFA, because each FIFA match was 20 minutes, but that's like, FIFA's like the only game that I like tilt and turn into like, obviously not a racist gamer, but like a heated gamer on. So if I'm not playing well, I try to minimize my FIFA. Like if I lose 2 matches in a row, then I'll just take like a week break, which is good because it lets me stop being tilted, but also bad because it doesn't let me like play through the issues that I'm having. And also, FIFA is a weird thing because it's like you get the game in like October, and it's like this is the game this year, and like the meta is like a very it's like, so this is the meta for this year. It's like you do a lot of headers and you do a lot of long finesse shots or whatever. But then But now, because there's so much like money and esports in it, they'll do like monthly patches or like bi-monthly patches, which means you just like have to completely switch up your play style every 2 months, which fuck that. Honestly, like I'm not about that. Like this should be the year. It's FIFA. It should be I'm playing this way for this year. Like it seems.
Wait, you think
up.
soccer in real life you play the same way the whole year and you don't have to change up to your opponent's strategies?
No. That's not what I mean. I mean like imagine if you were playing a certain way, and then the like governing body of the sport said that headers only count for half a goal.
Oh, so you're talking about for football then?
The comparison I would make, actually, I was going to kind of ask about this and like from a different angle, was when StarCraft 2 first came out and Blizzard started doing...
Let me just make the last little point, because there's
go ahead.
one other component of this. There's no friendly mode. Like, if you're playing online, you're playing in ranked. So there's no, like, let me just chill and, like, play some friendly matches online and learn the new meta. It's like I was in Division 2 when the new meta came out, and now I'm in Division 4 and probably going to fall down to Division 5 because, like, I'm trying to, like, I took a couple months off and I'm trying to, like, play through the changes, which is, like, super frustrating that I can't just, like, casually learn the new way to play.
So
like, it feels like I'm punished for being, like, in the higher level, which isn't fun.
Yeah,
but
that
sorry,
seems
go ahead.
like they should have an unranked mode.
Yeah. Well, they put all their
the
money towards Ultimate Team, which is what it is.
the StarCraft comparison I was going to draw was less about ranked versus unranked, and more to do with the fact that by the time Brood War became like, you know, one of the first esports things, Blizzard was done supporting it for anything other than, like, you know, the game stability, like, so that it wouldn't crash, that kind of thing. Like, they did do some patches after it came out to change the game balance a little bit, but for a very short period of time by modern standards for supporting your game after it comes out, especially as, like, a competitive thing. So for basically the whole arc of Brood War in, like, South Korea and elsewhere, you know, 15 or more years ago, the game was the game. And if you could figure out some weird new thing to do in the game, you know, because your mechanics were so good, more power to you. But you didn't have to worry about, like, oh, in 6 months, Zerglings are going to work very differently.
Well, there's ways FIFA.
Hell yeah.
There's ways FIFA could do it too, where it's like, hey,
Good kitty.
This is, you know, we've really like, because it is on a year schedule, so like they could do one big patch in January, reset everything, and be like, hey, this is our January patch. We heard this, and this, so we implemented it. And everyone's reset, so start over and play up. But like they don't. It's just like, hey, you know, like the way you were playing and like doing very well in this game we made, it's completely invalid now, and you have
It seems like they're almost doing kind of the worst of both worlds.
They are, yeah, for sure, because it's like I don't. Yeah, it's just like it's such a the tweaks that they can make are so. Any tweak they make has such a knock-on effect, because it's like there's, you know, it's not like a MOBA where it's like we made Demon Hunters Demon Hunt. We took it from 0.9 to 0.8 or something like that. It's like we made headers less effective.
I mean, that still is the type of balancing changes that they make in other types of esports. Like, it'll be like, oh, damage reduced by 5%, and then you'll get a lot of like, oh, well, this character is totally trash now, or whatever. And
well, what I'm saying is that it's like it's universal. Like, headers are less effective for everyone. So if you've learned the game in a certain way,
Yeah, I guess the breakdown there is it would be like if all your matches in StarCraft were, your same race match. Like if the game was just Terran versus Terran, changing Marines for everybody is a lot bigger than changing it for one faction of 2 or 3.
And obviously there are teams that are keyed towards speed or technique or strength or whatever, but like if you like part of FIFA is like picking a team and learning it and like maximizing it. So if they just do a complete like record scratch in the middle of the year without following through on that in the more like grand sense, like I said, like a reset of the ladders and stuff like that, it just creates a really like
that's fair,
frustrating environment. So I'm in Division 4 right now, and I've been playing on the bike, and there are 2 types of matches I play. I play people who have no idea how to deal with the new stuff, and I smoke them. And I play people who like the new stuff is like everything they want, and they smoke me. And it feels like there should be like it shouldn't be so like feast or famine in that sense.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but we'll come back after this. I noticed on the soul for Ava the King's Pet, each of the Ivory King's 7 beasts. I think,
six now. So
yeah.
Well, they each had a specific duty. Maybe only one of them was the invisible asshole.
Yeah.
That one wasn't so bad.
And then other ones
honestly,
it
attacked pretty slow.
I'm a good buddy and love to snug, and I'm just gonna nuzzle your head wrap.
I'm gonna just feather. I can always run back here.
You should. Okay.
Do it.
I can totally picture.
There's not a fight in there, so it would have been a minute of exposition, and then we feather out.
Well, this isn't a speed run.
It's true. A speed run would finish in one of our episodes. Like
only if it was done well. Or passably well. A bad speed run is still a speed run. It's just bad.
True. That's kind of that's you gotta start from somewhere.
I say this as I eye doing some Order of Ecclesia stuff in the near future.
My Hollow Knight personal best is something like the 3.5 hours it took me to get the trophy on Switch for beating it in less than 5. So technically I have a PB in Hollow Knight that I can compare against.
Yeah, you have a PB, but you're not jelly about it.
I hate it. So Mo, you were saying about the meta in
I kind of finished. I just wish
that
they would.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I just like long story short, like I think like the way something like Apex does it, where it's like, or I mean, I'm sure other stuff does it too. That's just the thing I'm most familiar with in this format, where it's like we're gonna do a season, a quote unquote season, where it's like 3 months, and after that there's gonna be big changes, and then there's gonna be a new season. The issue for me is fully like learning the new season when I'm trying to like protect my high rank from the previous season, as opposed to like we all start at rank 10 again, because like that's a lot. Like so each rank is 10 games. So assuming I progress as quickly as possible, each rank is up to 10 games, but like assuming I progress as quickly as possible, that's like getting to where I got was like between 60 and 100 games of FIFA, so which each one is like 20 minutes to 25 minutes long. So it's just one of those things that doesn't feel like respectful of time and
here's how they make it worse. When they change the game, they do the old style of Smash Bros. Patch notes where they don't tell you what's different. So not only are headers bad now, you have to figure that out on your own.
Lol.
I mean, I don't know exactly how much documentation they put out. It's not maybe not as good. It's closer to Smash than something like Dota, where it's like we adjusted this by 0.21 pixels or whatever it is. It's more
We
like
adjusted all these stats, but it's still going to be
it's more
miserable
like-
to play the game.
It's more like we fixed your complaints about finesse shots, which is like, interesting. Like
Too icy.
the double strike was too effective. The double tap was too effective, so we balanced it.
Ooh,
And it's like,
pretty rude.
that's not telling me anything. Yeah, this is awesome.
Whoa, that looks like a frozen throne.
I will be back in about 35 seconds.
Okay.
1,
Start the timer now.
2, 3.
Mo's gonna miss
4.
the very important lore.
More like beasted.
I can't.
This land is barren.
Wow.
I
Which
love
land is
Baron's
Earl?
chat.
Gave birth to atrocities, and the people fled in fear
Oh, so we are talking about Dota.
until our Lord, the Ivory King, came. My dear Lord, a most true king.
Oh,
With his magnificent soul that he built Eleum Loyce
Eleum Loyce. Okay.
and contained the spread of chaos.
Mayonnaise?
Oh, she said the thing.
With the chaos
Just-
that must be
well.
sated,
Spread of chaos. Sounds like.
gave his own soul.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Why
Just for the
spread
record,
chaos?
Chaos
You
can't
can
get
bet
enough of that
chaos.
spread.
I was back in 35 seconds, but I didn't realize I was muted.
Oh, this is the bed of chaos. Okay, I was gonna say this looks very.
When one of these games says chaos with a capital C, they are all talking about the same thing.
Shadow the Hedgehog.
Friends.
Absolutely.
Was drained of vigor
Up to both of those.
Chaos's heart.
What about Kate?
Eleum Loyce
So Chaos is heartless now?
frozen in time.
I like that she spells vigor with an OU. That's how you can tell she's royalty.
That's how you can tell she was a games journalist back in 2000 and.
Honoring my Lord's wishes. Perhaps one day he will return. There is nothing here save that accursed flame. I have but one wish.
Yeah, she should be looping now.
I haven't the strength to help him myself.
Or close to it.
I think I skipped a line there because I thought we were
It's-
looping. But
It's fine.
yeah.
Um,
Though I am yet to know your name, stranger,
oh, okay.
Stranger.
lend me your strength.
I forgot they put up a choice box for this.
Kind visitor, I thank you.
Are you gonna do the DLC or not? Yes, no.
Yeah, I legit do not know off the top of my head what happens if you say no. I think it lets you re-choose it.
And please,
Like it's one of the
Ah.
it's one of the ones where you can come back and talk to them again, and they'll ask you again.
So it's a Nintendo no.
Well, a bunch of the NPCs work like that.
So what, has anybody been playing anything?
I am currently playing Fate Grand Order. Thank you for asking.
I
So-
downloaded Fate Grand Order.
So
Do
so
not. Why?
real
Oh
quick-
I,
Real quick
I
before we
haven't-
took Mo, I really want us to go down that rabbit hole, but I do want to
okay, well, give me
finish
the
talking about
go
the
ahead
DLC setting itself
then.
up for
Yeah,
us
give
here.
me the go ahead.
The downloadable chaos.
Yeah.
patiently for his own.
Oh, this is important.
Yeah, so the
The weight to bear. The knights of Eleum Loyce await a new leader.
yeah, so the reason this one lets you make you eventually have to say yes is because she turns off the snowstorm outside when you say yes. you've agreed to help her. So,
And something about all these knights.
the flame of chaos, the thing that the witches of Izalith were messing with a bazillion years ago, is down in the basement, and the Ivory King went down into the basement to, fix their chaos leak a long, long time ago and never came back. That seems bad. Some of his knights, whose chairs we can see here, have followed him down there. But as far as Elsana can tell, the chaos leak is still a problem. So, hey, would you mind helping out with the leak in our basement?
Yeah, let's go take a leak. I mean,
we absolutely should do this.
Did you smell that?
Uh-oh.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Oh, it's me playing Fake Grand Order.
Oh no. God.
So I got mad at Mo earlier because I didn't think we were necessarily going to walk in here right away. We were talking about having a new pizza stove earlier, and I wanted to say so badly that there's a pizza stove in this DLC. But I wasn't sure if we were going to see it tonight. Well, good news. Welcome to the pizza oven.
Niko is currently making a meatloaf in the pizza oven.
I have to clarify, I am not... I do not have a
pizza.
I don't have a pizza. I do not have a pizza oven, nor am I making pizza, nor do I have a pizza stone. I'm going to make meatloaf in a regular oven. I'm not on a pizza stone.
Well, as long as when you turn on your oven, 4 Knights of Flame don't come out of it and start trying to fight you.
Probably makes the oven experience more copacetic.
Oh. Alright, so this seems like a bit of a gauntlet.
Okay, so...
Our ice friend went over and iced one of the doors. That was weird.
So, Peregrine.
The last thing before I want to hear the Fake Grand Order talk about it.
Of course.
All I will say about that for now is obviously that is a thing we will need to deal with. Let's go to the other bonfire and wander around for a while so we can hear about Mo getting into free-to-play phone.
Now that I've turned off the snowstorm, is there any point to wandering back through the earlier part of the zone?
There sure is.
Okay. All right, let's do that then. All right,
okay,
and then also, I feel like I had some points that I wanted to make on the esports meta changing stuff, but I don't know, maybe they weren't very good points.
Well, if they
maybe you'll remember
come
when
back,
we get into the meta of gacha games.
Well, yeah, I do. I will say that that kind of thing and the sort of endless ladder climb of playing a multiplayer game for ranking or whatever is one of the reasons why I just don't really play those types of games anymore. I tend to enjoy a game that I can play through a campaign and I can finish and put on the shelf and be done with. So
good news about Fake Grand Order is that there are no ladders.
Well,
which I unironically love about it.
Part of the appeal, FIFA is the only game I play in any sort of competitive. I don't think any of us have played Battle Royale games together, but
I think we played some PUBG back in the day, but yeah.
Did we? Oh yeah, well yeah, maybe way back. But I mean, you've seen the X Games video that Joel made. That's what I'm about in those games. Is just fucking around and then hiding in a cabin when we're in the top 15. But FIFA, the reason FIFA still has the pull on me is obviously I'm a soccer fan. It's my most played game ever, and it's the only game that in a given year, if I'm playing really well and not playing anything else, and playing selectively in terms of not letting myself go on tilt and stuff like that, I can hang out in Division 1. I would like to still believe that's possible. In a FIFA 2020 to 2030, I would like to think that I'll be hitting Division 1. Maybe I won't, but it's the only game that I've ever gotten to that point, been diamond or platinum or whatever the equivalent for MMR games is.
Why are you trying to stab me?
Yeah, they're trying to
stab me. They're mad now. That stuff about enemies earlier, You were being
They
rude.
like
but
this-
now they're angry.
That's one of the ghosts from New Londo
Michelle?
Ruins, right?
They're Ava's friends. They're mad about what you did to the kitty.
I thought Ava's friends were angels.
No, we can't.
Oh,
very
Mo,
different.
you can't. Oh no, that's. Ooh.
You have to watch the show, Mo.
Anyway,
you can't
Fate
keep
Grand
doing
Order.
this.
Okay,
I do
God,
think
Mo's-
that, like,
this is too
the-
much anime.
The other thing I will say is that though, like, I'm going to play this competitive game to try and get my rank up or whatever. Like, I feel like there's a side of matchmaking that is like, we're going to matchmake because we just want people to be fairly matched. We want people to be able to have an enjoyable time and not go up against someone who is like a complete pushover or, you know, like way better than they are and just have a completely unbalanced game. And that is a necessary thing to have in games. And I do sort of see the tension there that you're talking about as it pertains to
Well, the thing about
the
FIFA
like
that's
stuff that when they
interesting-
change the game, and how does that affect you? How does that translate to your matchmaking changing? Because now your level of skill with the game has changed, right?
Well, the thing that's interesting about it is like pre my like issues with the meta patching or whatever, like because it's like I play one team, I play Liverpool. Everybody knows I'm a Liverpool fan. I'm literally wearing a Liverpool jersey as we're talking, but that's mostly because of its sweat wicking properties, and the New York Heat. But anyway. But like, so there are certain teams Liverpool matches up really well against, just based on the attributes of the players, and certain teams that are much tougher. And so that's kind of where like the variance comes from in a way that I don't think like I remember people talking about Overwatch's MMR ranking system
God,
just
don't
being
get
like
me started.
you would like it was like too good because you would just like win half your matches once you got to your
like
whatever
you
point
would
you're at.
like you very clearly had to put in a significant amount of effort to not stagnate in
Yeah,
that
exactly.
MMR.
But like
yeah.
stagnating is like like in a way the goal.
It
of
hit
MMR.
equilibrium.
Yeah.
The ladder in Overwatch is like a perfect equilibrium, which means
Yeah.
it's effectively dead.
Yeah,
But
well,
the thing there is that at least
there
Overwatch
are-
has an alternate progression, which is you played it to unlock character skins and other cosmetics and stuff, right?
You do that in FIFA as well.
Well, and you can do that.
There's
But
other
the
stuff
big
that
advantage
you
to
can do.
Overwatch is that you can do a non-competitive, like
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah,
That's
the best
but
part.
really, like, is that taking into account your matchmaking stuff, or otherwise,
something
like,
is
that?
something that's
Because I don't want to go into a casual, non-ranked game and go up against someone who is really good but doesn't feel like playing
just
ranked and is
playing
just going to
a Smurf
stomp my
count.
ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's whoever solves. Where did I put my? Wait a second. Hold on.
I actually
Two-
can't remember how unranked worked in StarCraft 2 back when I played it, because I know the intention with the ranked mode was definitely that you would lose half your matches if the
Yeah.
ranking was doing, or if the matchmaking was doing its job.
Well, I think the bigger issue with the thing that I like about FIFA and that works in its favor is that because you're controlling the whole team, playing against one opponent, it's all solo queue, and it's like the only solo queue game like I have any desire to play competitively. And I think that in terms of Overwatch, like or any like more online kind of competitive thing is like when you can figure out how to make solo queue not be like the kind of the worst in like half a dozen different ways, you will have like a winner on your hands. Maybe there are games that do that to some degree now that are competitive that I just don't know about. But like most competitive games, because I was deep into Overwatch for a while, but like once my group fell apart because everybody got jobs, I was like, well, I'm gonna literally like
Yeah,
we were just a
I
bunch of
get it.
unemployed people. One summer, the summer Overwatch came out, we were all unemployed, and we played like 4 hours of Overwatch a day, and we were like nasty, but like but like once people got jobs, and it's like, oh well, blah, 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 like, you know, our times change. Like, oh, I guess I could play some solo queue to just keep myself sharp, so next time we can all get together. But like solo queue's the worst in not just in Overwatch. Like, I'm not calling out Overwatch on this. Like, solo queue's the worst in like 90% of competitive games I've played.
I would rather squash aphids for
You'd rather
an
squash
hour
aphids
solo
than like
queue.
a lot of
Shh,
things.
don't give away the secret.
I sort of hate to keep bringing up StarCraft, but there was some recent news stories about Blizzard adding an option into the game to let players agree to get matched against the like AI researcher, like DeepMind,
Yeah.
whatever AI.
Yeah, it's weird as hell.
Which
yeah.
the reason they made it an opt-in for people who haven't like been paying attention to this stuff is because they have to send like some of your player account information and then also like your you know live game inputs basically.
Yeah.
Well, and also because like I think it's good. I
And
would
it's
rather
and
they
it's
be
also,
transparent.
yeah,
you
like
know?
it's
It's
you
just
know,
ethical on a lot of broad fronts too.
exactly.
That I
Yeah,
think we all
but
know.
the-
and
I
don't
I
like,
think
get
it's
into.
so traditionally the AI in that kind of competitive real-time strategy game, the AIs that the game developers come up with are good enough for like single-player stuff with lots of scripted moments, or
Yeah.
if you just want to do like, I'm gonna make a big battle and not really kind of care about it on like a more intense level.
Well, it's like
And I think it's really interesting that in theory, eventually, the only way you're going to know if you got matched against an AI or not is maybe the account name
Yeah.
or
Well,
how
I would like to
shitty
know,
they
but
are
I
at
would
trash talking.
I would like to know, but I would also love that. What if they got good at trash talking? That would be incredible. I would like to know that I was facing an AI, but also like I would love that because so
I
in
would
FIFA
love to know
playing,
after the match.
I would love to know before, or after. I mean, either way, I would just love to know. Like, I think there are benefits to knowing before and after. But so like again, going back to FIFA, like a lot of single player games, when you turn it up to world class, it just boosts your opponent's attributes by like 5, and like makes the like, so like I could be playing, you know, I could play again as Liverpool, which is the, you know, champions of Europe, and I could play like the worst team in you know, in the
History.
MLS. I could play I don't know who's bad. Who do I not like in MLS? I could play the whatever team is from Boston, the like Massachusetts whatevers, and
No one plays soccer in Boston.
oh no, the New England Revolution. I could play the New England Revolution, and like so Liverpool's stats in that game are roughly like mid 80s, and New England's stats in that game in a vacuum, like if I was playing as them, are probably like mid 70s. So they're like you know, 15 to 20% worse, or 15% roughly worse than my stats, but like all putting it on super hard just raises the stats up. It doesn't make it doesn't make what they're doing necessarily better. It just makes them able to like keep
Right,
up
they
with
have
me athletically.
Their AI program is the same.
Yeah, exactly. So playing like I would
That's-
love
Everybody
to
keeps
play.
getting stuck in the wall tonight.
Yeah.
What is with
I would love to play a version of FIFA against like a Deep Mind or whatever. Is that what it's called?
something like that?
Yeah.
I can
Phosphorus
look it up really
Mind.
quickly. Yeah,
No.
And just like learn about and like have it, you know, just be a really efficient player I can play against. I think that would be awesome.
I have an important update real quick.
yeah,
Fake Grand
it is-
Order.
it is DeepMind. It's a Google project. I'm sure it'll only ever be used for StarCraft.
Yeah, hashtag don't be evil.
Oh, they got rid of that.
No, I know. When they switched to a company called Alphabet, literally, we're gonna name our company after the basis of civilization. This isn't sinister.
Anyway, speaking of things that aren't sinister, tell us about Fake Grand Order.
Yeah.
It's
Fair,
currently under maintenance for the next 3 goddamn hours, so I can't
Oh, I thought
farm
you were gonna say
anymore.
days.
Well,
Oh,
it's a
so
good
who-
thing. It's a good
who
thing
fucking who?
you're stuck here with us for another.
Yeah, why would you be
half of that.
farming in that when you should be watching me?
I'm
play
trying
this
to
game?
I'm trying to be so as per Mo's thing about like having a job and like having that shift interests and whatnot. Like I feel like I want to learn to multitask better. And
There's-
farming in that stupid game is one of the few things that I can like effectively do while maintaining conversation. So I'm like salty that I'm not gonna get to do that now.
Sparkle, should I go for that glowy that's down there?
I feel like you're selling yourself short there. First of all, but so let me just tell my fate
Forget
grand
it.
order thing quick. So
I'm not going to tell you to not walk
No, we're
off
taking
that
time
obvious
on
gap
this
in the
one.
railing.
well,
but,
I mean,
yeah.
we'll see how quick it goes because it was ended. It was literally, I don't know. Fate Grand Order ran into Havel the Rock basically and just bounced off the shield and was like, "You will probably not go farther than here."
Did you try playing it in public? Because you probably should.
No, so this is the thing. I was like, I was just like, there's nothing like I'm like in the still really early game of Final Fantasy 12, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's still in that point, like I'm like 15 hours in, which again, really early game, is a joke. Niko is playing Persona 5 right now.
No, this is
love-
Dark Souls 2, Milo.
No, not
This
right now. I mean, in the more abstract right now. But thank you.
We have to rank up with all of these knights.
Yeah, but so
Spend time. We have to go to the movies with Elsana to
it's still
increase our guts.
like imposing to boot up Final Fantasy 12 and be like, what like longer term thing do I need to do right now? And I was looking for a game that was like a little bit more intuitive than that, and I ended up the game I ended up finding was Pillars of Eternity 2 Deadfire, which is not a short game by any means, but I started that and Niko was on a stream with me a couple days ago. I'm only playing it streaming for the most part. I'm doing like some blood vial farming basically off stream, but they released a turn-based mode earlier this year, and it is incredible, and I love it a lot, and it's up there for like, it's gonna be on my like probably in the bottom half of my game of the year list this year. Like the turn-based mode in that game is really cool,
So
and I can't wait to see what they do more of it with. So the issue is like that was my like long game, taking it from the Switch. Like my long game was on Switch and I played in bed, but now my long game is on my computer, which I have to sit at and can't fall asleep while playing it. It's it can, but way worse to do that. So I
how do you
wanted
feel
something.
about butterflies, Niko?
Is this a challenge cave?
You probably have to light the torch.
Why don't we
I
open the
know.
door and find
Order.
out?
Oh God.
Oh,
okay.
this is
I just don't want to
this
have to
is
come all the way back here.
the Hidden Zelda DLC.
I mean, just
Yep.
because you open something doesn't mean you have to go in.
It's
like
true.
you can poke your head in and then.
But so I was like,
Well,
I
it's down
would
to
like
Crush a
something.
butterfly.
As I said earlier, I was like, I'm playing Slay the Spire on the bike. The way I'm like not getting tired of that game is just doing the dailies, because they're always interesting and varied. Versus like I'm not like a Slay the Spire stan, but I really like it. But I know if I just grind it, I'll burn out on it so fast.
I've
and
got some bad news for you about Fake Grand Order.
Well, so let me get to I'm getting there. Fucking interrupters
How many
in
times
this
do
call.
we have to? How many of the premium currency
You're like-
do we have to put into?
No, don't make your
Sorry,
story.
it's just
Don't
fun.
make your
Like,
story
every
short.
turn- No, it's good. It's
That
good.
that way we can't interrupt you as much.
Exactly. Now you're getting it.
Yup. But so I wanted something that I could play on my phone, because I just beat, and it's like one of my big gaming accomplishments of the year, and it's another game on my game of the year list, is this game called Jump Grid on iOS, and it might be on Android, I don't know.
That game is cool.
You played it?
I've seen enough to know that I think it's cool.
Okay,
Wait,
cool.
is Jump Grid the Japanese name for Mario Maker?
Sadly, no.
No.
Oh, that's Jumpman Grid. Sorry.
Yeah,
of course.
it's basically like very super
Niko is
hexagon.
realizing they skipped a bridge, which is very
Yep,
very good.
was that bridge blocked off after
Yes.
the
Yeah,
It
you,
was-
you couldn't get through it with the snowstorm up.
This is where I got
Okay.
stuck in this DLC. Is
It's,
I didn't
yeah.
realize there was a path
I'm
around.
I'm trying to like take in the geography while y'all are talking. So
Yeah, for sure. But so Jump Grid is very like basically like a kind of halfway between Super Hexagon and Duet. And Duet is like top 5 games for me ever, in the sense that it's like Duet is curated, but is like more like flow state, and Super Hexagon is proc gen, but more twitchy. And so Jump Grid is like you are jumping between a like tic-tac-toe grid basically, and there are increasingly varied and complex obstacles you have to avoid to like hit every box of the grid and then get to the center. And I just like this week beat the last level of it, and it felt so good. So I needed something new on my phone. So I was thinking like, all right, I don't have anything on my phone that I really love. I really want to like Beglitched more than I do. Because it's really cool. I just don't love it in the way that I want to. So I was like, maybe I'll just like go to reddit.com/r/gachapon games or something like that. You get the idea. And see what's going on there. And they very conveniently had a Who's Playing What survey for April 2019, which is recent enough. And the overwhelming things were a game called Deep 7, I think, which seemed beyond my tolerance of anime.
I've never even heard of that one.
Would be my point. Would be my
yeah, like that's
idea,
truly deep.
But it was the overwhelming favorite on that subreddit. So maybe that's like a subreddit specific
Well, the
thing.
Reddit brand is strong.
Yeah, are you looking it up?
I'm looking it up now, and
Yeah,
I'm terrified.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? This is not the thing I'm looking for. But number 2 and number 3. One was FGO as the people in the as the cool as
familiar.
the as the
Epic
the,
7. Epic
as-
7 mobile game.
Epic 7,
Sorry.
not Deep 7. Is it Epic 7 or Deep 7?
Oh, this is... Oh my god, this is a lot. Oh, jeez. Okay, anyway, yes, continue. Sorry.
Okay, but so the 2 other games were FGO
the hell?
and a game called Another
We were
Eden.
talking about the Hedgehog's Dilemma earlier, Niko. What
Yeah.
what do you want? Like
Another
everything tonight
Eden.
has been me not having to yell about stuff you hadn't seen in this DLC yet.
Another Eden is oh wow, these things are shredding.
Up the
now.
elevator.
Let's
Maybe?
let's
Oh
go
yeah,
up
they will
here.
Dang.
mess you up.
You know-
they're like bone
God.
wheels.
You gotta learn
if-
chaos control before you can fight these.
You know, if only you had a slab of metal you could place between you and those things.
Yeah, it's this
I-
elevator.
All right, I'm owned.
So
That was too good. God damn it.
So, Mo, the thing you have stumbled into a couple months ago, somebody from the Waypoint Discord made a tweet that said, "Hey everybody, name the 5 video games." And my first thought was to make the reference to something Jeff Gersman said like 4 or 5 years ago at this point, about the 2 games being basically Destiny and games that make you feel things. Instead, what came out when
that's a listicle. That is not a real take. That's a listicle.
Instead, what came out when I started typing, because I realized that wasn't 5 video games. Instead, what came out was Grand Blue Fantasy.
Okay.
Grand Blue Fantasy but guns. Grand Blue Fantasy but food. Grand Blue Fantasy but Fire Emblem. Grand Blue Fantasy but Dragon Ball Z. Or Dragon Ball Fighters. Fate Grand Order I couldn't boil down that way. There's maybe Grand Blue Fantasy but historical figures.
Here's the thing about Fate Grand Order is that like apparently things, I don't know if this is a thing in Fate Grand Order. This is
true of this episode.
All I've done it's true. All I've done in Fate Grand
Hexer
Order
Nikolai is here to correct us about
all I've done is the
gacha games that are
tutorial,
big outside
and the
of Japan.
tutorial, the actual gameplay seems cool. Seems interesting.
It's honestly like as much as I'll harp on it as being kind of dry, like they've improved the quality of it in like the last year a lot.
So,
and
but
it could be worse.
It seemed like there could be a situation where I'm just doing me, and I meet like Benjamin Franklin, except it's like a hot anime girl, which seems like an interesting premise. I don't know that it's a premise I would love or want to stick with.
I will say this about that premise. A lot of games do it now, and I do think FGO does it the most justice.
Yeah,
of like,
that's fair. I mean, as long as it's not doing Valkyria Chronicles shit, I'll probably be okay with it.
Like,
Yoko Taro's project after Nier Automata was to go work on Squeenix gacha game.
Shit! Fuck! Ah!
Damn.
That is, what is it? It's what if like folk and fairy tale characters were anime girls?
Like I'll say this about FGO.
I mean, Yoko
like
Taro's
the first
thing is literally what if blank anime girls. So,
if you have
and
not
also
engaged
humanity.
if you've not engaged with Fate as a franchise before, because like Fate's been doing this since like 2000, basically.
I have not.
The first such character you meet in FGO is Leonardo da Vinci.
Yeah,
and
it's Assassin's Creed 2, aka the best
but
game
like
ever.
Leonardo da Vinci in FGO is like treated like it's not done shittily. Like it comes up in conversation, and it's basically like, oh no, this is just how Leo wanted to be.
Is the name still like masculine, but it's an anime?
No, well, so it's Da Vinci Chan.
Okay, well,
You call her you go into her shop, and she's like, welcome to Da Vinci Chan's workshop. And like she owns it, and it's great. Like she's basically just written trans, and it works.
I want to experience that firsthand, and probably will eject, because the other game that I downloaded in this gachapon fun frenzy moment was another Eden, which is basically just mobile Chrono Trigger guy making a game. Chrono Trigger guy making a mobile game with like only cosmetic gacha stuff, and it's free though.
Do you mean Sakaguchi?
Let me look it up, because I should not just.
Oh, there's a frog.
It's extremely referential to the Chronos, which are games. Give Mo Waypoint if you're out there. I would appreciate a Chrono blank lore reasons, because I don't know it. And
Mono Trigger?
I don't know. Chrono Cross is also a one.
I could not tell you.
I think
that
so.
was one I did not get into.
I mean, I'm not gonna. There's not.
Masato Kato from
Chrono
Chrono
Crusade?
Trigger. Masato Kato, Kato. I'm not sure about how that's pronounced, but Chrono Trigger, Xenogears, Final Fantasy 11.
Oh, Xenogears, huh?
Yeah, I'll
Wow.
just send you
All
this.
right.
I'll send you this. like it seems cool so far. So that's my mobile thing.
Right. So you got through like the tutorial in FGO, but then
I didn't do any of
further.
I didn't do anything beyond the maybe I didn't even get through the
Come
tutorial.
down to
I
this
don't know.
Niko versus
But just-
Niko.
so
round
So you
two.
haven't even even tried to meet like
I haven't done
Fantasy Marie Antoinette
I haven't done shit, but
accompanied by Fantasy Mozart. Oh my god. All right.
But see, that's the type of shit that I'm so fucking here for. That like I love goofy historical shit.
Oh,
Like,
you love Goofy?
I don't really love goofy, but I do like goofy historical
Wow.
shit.
Gosh.
But the other thing is that so I was earlier today. I was like, oh, I should play Outer Wilds, and I'm going to, because everyone says it's incredible, and I've only played the first hour of it. Fuck.
I don't know what you thought was going to happen there.
Not that.
I don't know what to say. I think FGO is something I definitely would not normally recommend to people, so I shouldn't feel. There's a part of me that like weirdly feels sad that you didn't keep up with it.
No,
just because,
I'm
love
going
see
to do more of it eventually. Like it's,
I mean, you should add me as a friend if you do.
I will,
'cause
of course.
That'll help a lot.
Yeah. When I get in there, I'll get in there, because it just seems like a premise that I need to have like a month of it being my primary mobile game to like understand it and like have an opinion about it, because it is like a compellingly weird thing to me. But so I was gonna stream Outer Wilds today, which, as we all know, is an exclusive to the Epic Games Store.
Please don't ever stream Fake Grand Order.
I won't.
Or maybe please do.
Maybe.
But
It depends
probably,
on the.
It's
I
probably
would
not
say
gonna
don't
happen.
stream Fake Grand Order on the Waypoint community channel, but
Yeah. If I do
I
that,
will
I'll
say
do it
this-
on like Mob Crush or something like that, and
There-
just
there-
post it.
The thing with that game is very much like, and this is the problem that you're gonna run into is if you try to play it, like the writing for the first like big chunk of it
very
is
nice, very nice.
like the conceit is fun for like a bit, but the writing isn't good enough to carry it until like later on, and then like the later arcs of it and some of the later events have genuinely like, I found the writing compelling. Like I was invested. I hardship Gilgamesh and Enkidu in a way that I wouldn't have if I had just read the epic, probably. So you know, like it has its moments.
I
What is
dabbled-
hardship? Like you ship them hard?
That was
Christ.
the implication.
Like you're really shipping them?
So there's
I'm shulking that ship.
Because
They're saying
hard,
the
I don't know what
quiet
that means.
part loud, but
Hardship,
what is
hardship
saying-
is a word. So like, I don't know, it means you want bad things to happen to them. You want them to have hardships.
Theirs is a tragic romance. Is what I will say.
The thing I was
and
going to
you're
say
gonna-
before Mo decided to yell the part spoken at a normal volume, I guess, not the quiet part said loud. Was that a lot of these games?
Not sure I know what you're talking about.
A lot of gacha games. I've dabbled with Grand Blue proper, with the one I described as Grand Blue Fantasy, but food.
What
the
is
food
that?
Anime Girls.
Is that Food Fantasy?
I would have to go look up the name. Obviously, the names don't stick.
The only
Is it from the Love Nikki developers?
I also don't know. I know Love Nikki,
The
but I
only gacha
don't
game
know the name of the company. off
I
the top
ever
of my
got
head.
super into was the first Terra Battle.
Oh, I thought it was Monster Rancher.
Well, that's not a gacha game. That's just the best game ever.
The thing for a lot of these games for me is they sort of exist on a spectrum, and for most people, somewhere on this spectrum is one that will you'll find some charm in, because like the writing can be fun, and they do a good job of like, you know, making them mechanically interesting before you get into the like JPEG collecting slot machine stuff, which kind of always ruins it. Like the food one was kind of like a neat little restaurant simulator or management sim sort of thing, except sometimes you would take the dishes on your restaurant's menu on quests to go fight other food so that they could level up, and some food was evil. And there just ends up kind of being this thing where there are ones that are written with very kind of broad appeal, and then as you move sort of further down the rabbit hole, you get into the ones that, oh hey, it's a person. Oh.
Wait! What?
Wow.
Am I not supposed to?
They were gesturing at you. You scared them.
Yeah, they were not attacking you. Why?
Why?
I locked
You don't
on.
need to chase them, maybe.
Wait.
But as you go down the gacha rabbit hole, you get more and more towards the ones that I would describe as being targeted more at anime degenerates. And Fate Grand Order is like just on the above board side of that line.
The thing with Fate Grand Order is like there are, and this is why I hate the gacha element, is that the designs are like not just one person, so it's like a bunch of different people.
Peregrine says, "This is why I hate the gacha element," and Niko clicks on a comment and it just says liar.
Well, speaking of gachas, gacha games, hurrah for Pointless.
Yeah, don't you dare.
Don't you dare! Should I pull the lever?
Oh, you should absolutely pull that lever.
Oh yes.
God,
When
I hope-
Pull that
Granblue,
slot.
when
I need a
Granblue,
shortcut
whatever the
real
mobile
bad.
Granblue thing is, comes out for iOS in an actual app, and not me having to keep a browser open and try and click things on my browser on my phone, I'm going to probably get into that.
Oh fuck!
So, real quick, Niko, since you were very rude and kind of ruined the joke there, the person you attacked is not a real human player. They are a unique, I guess you could say, enemy. They work like an NPC invader, but you never get the invasion message. Because what they're scripted to do if you don't attack them first is they will just they will kind of follow you around, and then when you go to pull that
Got some
lever, they
news.
will backstab you.
Nice.
Breaking news.
Wow.
It's very silly. You can fight them if you want, but they don't drop anything. It's just like a silly goof. I don't know. There's not like a deeper
It seems like it's
lore.
going somewhere
Got a little
new.
Why-
breaking news.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
What's the breaking news?
The breaking news
you
is
opened,
that...
you opened their gate and went through it another mad.
Okay, so the breaking news is that Lil Nas X of Old Town Road fame has released a second remix with Billy Ray Cyrus, featuring Young Thug and Mason Ramsey, aka the Yodel Kid.
Oh no.
We were talking before we started about needing you to play an MP3 just into your headset, Mike.
Oh my god.
No, that's not how anybody should experience that work. of
No,
art for the first
I'm
time.
gonna just, if I don't talk for the next few, like 2.5 minutes, you know what it is.
I was legitimately hoping you were gonna say that like Lil Nas X plays FGO, because
No.
I would both believe that and be very.
I mean, I bet he
amused.
does, but
The yodeling kid lent some very powerful energy to Natalie's
yeah. Wait,
Big Boy Bloodborne streams. So
problematic
God, and she
waypoint
plays
fate,
and
the
she
Yodel
plays the.
Kid.
a gotcha game that's even more anime than FGO. And
Oh,
yeah.
the Kingdom Hearts one.
Yeah.
no, before that one, she played the Danmachi one,
Oh yeah.
which is like, that's a choice.
Hey, you know.
Look, I say this knowing full well what my choices are, which are not. I cannot throw any stones. But also, Nikola Tesla is real and my friend. He always fights Edison about AC versus DC. It's very silly.
Oh, here we go. I was looking for
Also, I just played an event that was about America, and they like take the piss out on Edison and Columbus during the event, and it's beautiful.
This whole video is the iPhone
good.
10. Like, it's all emojis. This whole video is done in emoji, and it's the like animated face emoji.
It's all done in Animoji, really? Wait, can you please link
Yes.
this video?
Good lord, this is good. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
I'm so happy
Oh.
Lil Nas X is famous. He's like a wholesome meme lord. And he's just changing the world, really. The Billy Ray Cyrus emoji is so much.
This is a lot. This is a lot. Oh my god.
Get the
I'm gonna have to watch it
horses in
later.
the bag. Horse mat is attached. It's horse tack? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. No, horse. You can Porsche.
I mean, like, this is this is very much not my jam as a song, but I respect this brand like no other.
Yeah, like you don't have to like the music, but you do have to like what he's doing.
Yeah, like I don't like the music, but I respect the damn brand
Yeah.
like a lot. like so infinitely much at this point.
I am will come as no surprise to any of you all. I am in a group DM with a bunch of friends here in Chicago who are all terminally online, and this group chat exists solely to send each other the worst memes we can find, and sometimes that's meant in a good way, and sometimes that's meant in a oh, I think we're all monsters now way. Nothing, it's mostly queer people and that sort of things. It's not like, you know, bigoted or far right stuff, but just like we all
I
still
hope
find images that have been over compressed enough
I'm
times.
so
that they're
excited for
crispy
Mason
now.
Ramsey, y'all.
I had to ask them if it's meme chat territory that Lil Nas X released a remix with Young Thug and the Yodeling Kid.
The Yodel Kid just showed up and I'm dying.
It's so good.
I was not prepared.
Oh.
This little baby
Oh
ball
my.
ass. Good God.
Hello. You're a
What
big
is this?
slug thing.
Why is there a? Is this a friend or is this a?
I don't think so.
Wow.
No, that's a covetous demon, but snowy.
Yeah, but
Oh
ice
my
type.
god.
It's a lowland covetous demon.
Yeah,
Oh
if
God.
if you had just kind of run in here at sort of a normal rate and not just kind of stood around for a while.
This goofy ass DLC just put in the fucking Yeti from fucking Star Wars 2.
We fought this boss like 30 episodes ago.
No, I know, but it's like in an ice
Isn't
cave.
this the first
and
thing you
just-
find in Monster Hunter World?
You're
Yeah,
also,
basically.
You're also the invader that doesn't get an invasion message. They will
We'll just come down here
They
and-
will come in here like they're going to help you and then turn on you.
Is
Nice.
Like,
okay
depending
now.
on how the scripting works out. You attacked them
So-
first, so they didn't. But otherwise, they will come in here.
There is like
depending on how
specific
things go.
lore to the covetous demon. Is there any explanation for this one? Because this is fucking goofy.
The most I could think of is that demons are associated with chaos, but that's not like anything.
I can like
It's-
already
no,
hear the
they
bonfire
wanted-
side chat
they wanted to reuse a boss as an enemy, and this is the one they chose.
I mean, I respect the choice, but also like in my mind I hear the bonfire side chat crew being like, this is like this is just like goofy for no reason, right?
There should also be a like 50-50 chance that you are fighting this while an NPC tries to stab you with a lance. So there is kind of more to it that we sort of broke because Niko just doesn't want to make friends anymore.
God.
Attacks greatly decrease enemy stamina. That's nice.
Yeah, it's a PvP thing.
Oh my god. This kid in this
I think
video.
that... Yeah, I think...
126...
Since you're talking about foods that are evil and whatnot, what would y'all say is the alignment of mayonnaise? Is it lawful evil?
Lawful evil, yeah. It's lawful evil.
Okay.
Lawful neutral. Mayonnaise on its own is neutral.
Lawful
Evil
neutral
ranch.
is lawful evil. Yeah. Think about it.
I mean, listen.
Prove me wrong.
Like,
oh, that's bad.
we
man.
have that
Shit.
stance because of
God
our
damn it.
alignment on
No,
that chart.
well,
not.
No, well, No, no.
Did you just centrist the chart?
Yes, Peregrine did.
The chart is okay, we know the
answer is
chart
yes.
is centrist. The chart itself is centrist. We all know this. Because it presupposes
But
that
you did the double centrist. Because the chart is centrist, but you had there's still positions to take about the chart.
So
And you took the most centrist one.
There's horseshoe theory, and there's fishhook theory. What is double centrist theory?
my point is
It's when
that
you
if
take
I
two bottles of mayonnaise
It's-
and you...
If you give me a bottle of mayonnaise and you tell me I have to divide
Is
it up
it-
into 9 equal parts, and then you tell me like,
Is
nope,
it-
these 2 parts are 1 part.
Is it Zeno's paradox where you've like divided things in half, and then you divide them in half again, and that ends up meaning you can never go anywhere because you never finally reach your destination? You just keep dividing things in half forever?
All right, Mo. Here's what I'll give you. There are more than there's a number of ways that you can fail an exam. You can get an F a lot of different ways. And I'll agree with you that lawful neutral and lawful evil are both failing grades, but they are failing in different ways. That is my point. And actually, now I've talked myself into mayonnaise being a true neutral because I don't think mayonnaise necessarily fails. I think it's just disappointing on its own.
We don't need to run around out here. You can...
Yeah, I was just trying to, like, gather a sense for where I was.
Yeah, okay.
Because I like that was a little bit of a shortcut, but
It skips.
I mean, I guess now I can skip the cover.
Yeah, it skips the cave, and it skips most of the like run to this bullshit.
Now,
I remember you.
Yeah.
Hellman's extra thick emulsion. That we can talk about. Why are the goofy giants from Bloodborne here?
Oh, these are golems. We know how they work.
Oh, will they animate with an animal soul?
I mean, if these.
Oh, sorry, these are hedgehogs, which are basically
if these
people.
pissed off hedgehogs have enough of a soul to be interested in you, then
Is there an ice type hedgehog in Sonic?
Well, here's a question as to whether they can animate. I will say that when I have done this area, I just run through this bit. But that can be really hard because, like I said earlier,
Oh god, these are skeleton wheels.
yeah, the
These
hedgehogs are
just-
basically bone wheels. So you can run through, but you cannot stop for nothing. And you have to kind of be aware that they'll be rolling.
And was that giant coming to attack me if I had
he
not?
sure was.
Okay.
He had an
Well,
angry
now-
hedgehog soul in him.
In that case.
God, I'm still sad about this FGO update. So
Yeah, I
to
like how that
explain-
whole time we all thought Mo was going to talk about playing Fate Grand Order, and then it was just a ruse.
It was a ruse. It was
Well,
it was
I
a
haven't
bait
even-
and switch
I
to
haven't
talk
even-
about how Mo didn't have to play Fate
Well,
Grand
no, I
Order,
haven't even
which
gotten to
I
the thing
respect
that I
that.
wanted to get to, which is that so I'm going to play Fate Grand Order, but today I was gonna stream, and I was like, I'll stream Outer Wilds, and I booted up the Epic Game Store, and I saw a game on the Epic Game Store that released today called Griftlands. Griftlands is by Clay of Invisible Ink and Don't Starve and some other games I can't remember fame. And it is really, really fucking cool. And I streamed that for an hour instead, and I'm obsessed with it, and I just want to play more, but I don't want to play too much because it's in alpha right now, so I want to let that, like, I want to play through it once now, and then maybe wait till release, and play through it again then. Like, play through, because only the first chapter is out now.
Wait,
So I wanna-
Niko, what happened there?
I didn't know where I was
But
supposed
yeah,
to go, so I panicked
I'm-
and ran away.
Okay, that's valid.
Oh, haven't you been watching Evangelion? What's the one
Yeah.
thing you're not supposed to
There
do?
is a
Get in the robot?
There was a
Oh.
well. Some souls have already gotten in the robots here. Yeah, there is another option than looping back around to the entrance.
It's getting this glowy. That was totally...
God, this area is making me really excited to finally rewatch End of Evangelion.
The reason I like Griftland so much is it's like kind of a Slay the Spire kind of thing, but there's also, like, in terms of it being a card game and deck building card game, but there's also this like kind of city map component that you're doing quests, and you have a lot more agency in terms of like what quests you're gonna do. You can form relationships with people in the city, and like if you become friends with different people, you get bonuses. If you are enemies with people, you get penalties. You can what's the other thing? Oh yeah, so the thing about it is that you can either, in a lot of situations, you can either negotiate, which is one card game, and has like it has like a whole deck of cards which you can threaten, manipulate, or be diplomatic, and like basically think of each of those as like a Magic the Gathering kind of color.
Hey, good run.
And
Remember to send the elevator back down.
and there's like a kind of tower defense-y component to that card game, and then if you want to just fight, it's much more like a kind of like traditional, like, cards against cards thing. And the world is really cool, and I'm really excited to see where it goes, and I really like it, and yeah, that's my
I
I
Griftlands
recognize this
thing.
bridge.
Yep, we're at the other side of the bridge. While you were running through the hedgehog terribleness, I remembered what's in the torch cave, and so we gotta do that eventually. It's not what you were
Okay.
afraid of, but there is something in there that it is good that we not.
Oh, I'm not afraid of it. I just wanted to find a bonfire, I
Yeah.
did now. So
I mean, the run
Like, it
to
was just-
the run to it is kind of shitty, but it's what's in there is not particularly scary. Like walking around the corner and seeing a flexile sentry is
I fought those before.
yeah, it's
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time.
that lets you know what's up.
Is it a snow type Flexile Sentry?
At least this time I don't have to fight it in water, because that was bad.
Yeah, this is not annoying the way that is. We should go up to. I forget if there's glowies over there.
I'm assuming there's glowies down here, and then I'll never have to kill those guys again, and I can go up the mountain. Those are a little hard to see on the white snow. I can see them, but
Mo, just out of curiosity to wrap up this FGO thing, does the tutorial ask you to pick a servant?
I have not gotten there yet.
Okay, so you haven't like chosen your starter yet, basically.
No, I've just done like this story tutorial where it's like, this is what the cards do.
Right. Okay. So yeah, your first. Well, now you have an opportunity to do some reading about the starter options. Because you'll basically get to dive right into choosing which historical figure you would like to accompany you for like most of the start of the game, because you're not going to get.
What are the choices?
I know. I feel like I know a lot of
Google
them,
this.
but let me double check the FGO starter list.
Starter guide.
Well,
Everything you
there's
need
a
to
reroll
know.
tier list, which is not. Yeah.
All right. When you have a good start.
Well, these were
FGO
very
starter
cooperative.
choices. Oh, maybe you don't get to choose.
It seems like it's a
Hold
gotcha
on.
thing because there seems like a lot of re-rolling.
I am pretty sure I chose because I chose the most. I know
Oh
what
god,
my
am I
choice
gonna have
was,
to
and it was
delete
something
this
I would
game
have
like
chosen.
100 times till I get a 5-star starter?
No, don't. You don't need to do that.
Who-
So I will
who
say
am I?
one thing that people. So one of the advantages to FGO being like not ranked or competitive in any way, shape, or form is that like the quote unquote tier listing is only like for people who care enough about like saving the time to.
God,
So, like,
I'm
there's a
never-
point in the game-
I'm never playing this game. Like, who are we kidding? This is so.
Yeah, no. Like this is
Complex.
why I don't tell people to. Well, it's not. I will say this: like, you don't actually have to worry about those things.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll play it specifically in that way, but I do have a
Don't
thing.
play
I've-
it the way you played Stardew Valley, and you'll be fine.
You could like that's the thing. Don't optimize. Like you
wait,
can't.
the way I played Stardew Valley?
Hardcore optimization, min-maxing. Don't.
Oh,
Don't-
do not.
Yeah,
do
I made
not.
$2
No,
million
no.
for my first year or something like that last
The
time I
way
played.
the way that you play Fate Grand Order is you find your favorite and you just like put all of your points into the favorite, and then like, is it the best? Maybe not, but it doesn't matter because you like them a lot and they're great. So honestly, just pick someone whose design you like. But if you check ahead, you can make sure that they don't accidentally get really horny in a way that's not good. That's basically what it comes down
That's
to.
probably a good thing to check every now and then, right?
Yeah.
One would think.
Yeah.
Love that backstab.
It's good animation.
Yeah.
So I said earlier about you not making any friends this stream, but gonna have to take that back now.
Oh, is it? Are we making a? Are we ranking up?
Well, we'd find out if
Did we
Niko would
study?
stop going everywhere but where the game is pointing them to.
I have to explore. I have to make sure that there's not a glowy. Okay.
True.
No, those are the correct instincts.
That's what I enjoy about these games.
Yeah. That was more my
Sparkle
fault.
Liar
Tone's
ahead.
like
The-
episode 28 heel turn into
Hey.
discouraging.
It's the friend we saw
Oh.
in the path down to the basement where the flame leak is happening.
Oh.
Oh,
Another-
is this the part of the game where we unlock the Chow Garden?
If the Chows helped you fight the flame of chaos.
Because they're all seeking chows for you.
But yeah, we made a friend. So now instead of one friend in that big fight, we'll have two. Perhaps.
Okay, are we done
we
over
might
on
have
this
more.
area then?
We are done on this path.
Okay.
The things we still need to do are the cave where we saw the Flexile sentry, and the bonfire that is like inside kind of inside the building.
Yeah, the one
where
we left off
stream.
last time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to just kind of clean up that stuff and make sure I didn't miss anything in the
Nah.
earlier sections.
Uh,
So, I'm
I
gonna go
would,
level
I
real
would say
quick
doing
too.
the sentry cave is good. The other area is kind of a lot, but Doesn't really make any difference. We should do both at some point.
Oh,
Yep.
jeez.
Ah,
I wanted to check my roster to give Mo a taste of the options that he could possibly expect. Because now that someone has actually downloaded the game that I never advise anyone to ever play, I'm kind of excited about it. But then I can't even access my account because it's under maintenance. I can't even tell you about Florence Nightingale, whom I am leveling up right now.
Damn.
And is a very funny character. What a weird game. I still remember the time I was like teaching a class with a professor of like Assyriology and trying to explain to him that I only knew Gilgamesh because of anime, and it was I'm pretty sure because we were at a BCM event. I had some wine, like I was in a good mood.
That's probably
And-
like going up to like somebody who's spent their whole life studying like Renaissance painting, and they mentioned Leonardo da Vinci, and you're like, oh yeah, like
Oh,
the,
Da Vinci
like the
Chan.
code.
Oh God, okay, this is a little, because so ultimately, like, I wasn't like, oh, Gilgamesh, I love Gilgamesh and, like, Fate Stay Night. I was like, no, I have a confession, like, I didn't read the Epic of Gilgamesh, but I'm familiar, like, through reading stuff because I, like, I was first introduced to the name through, like, these games, and he was like, oh, yeah, I've heard about this. I think, I still don't remember if, well, let me put it this way. I had my spectrum of clarifications I could have made, which included Fate Stay Night as a franchise, Final Fantasy as a franchise, or the Garugamesh ad from that one anime convention.
God.
So I like to think I picked one of the more merciful options. It's at least Fate, like, tries to include things from the actual epic. Like, the fact that Enkidu makes an appearance at all in Fate Grand Order, I think is a positive.
The good news is you made it to the cave, and the bad news is everybody's mad at you.
Well,
But
I'm used
hopefully
to it.
some of them will back off. So, good news is that I remembered what we're here at this cave to get is an item. Bad news is I can't remember if it's a glowy or it drops from someone in the cave. But I'm sure you'll
It
do.
probably
I'm sure
just-
you'll do fine.
they'll probably leash eventually, right?
I
Yeah, they
think
were
they
already leashing at the little the start of the little snowy area. to
So,
get to
like,
the door.
again, why is there just a Flexile Sentry in this cave? Like,
Because reusing bosses as regular enemies is what these games do.
but, like, what's the lore here? Like, with Gwyn's Knights, it made sense, right? But, like,
Well, the king having his cops all over the country made sense, right?
yeah, but, like, we have the equivalent of that for this game, too, right? The Dragon Rider
but so
Knights.
the Dark Souls 1 version of this question is, why is a Capra demon hanging out in an alley with a couple of dogs when
Oh,
Capra
you know,
demons are from the demon ruins? Why is the tourist
listen.
demon standing around on top of a broken bridge? when he
Demons
should
are a
be
lot
down in the
like
demon
aphids.
ruins?
Maybe the king just wanted to be able to say weird Flexile, bro.
Wow, that was
Okay,
a
I'm
Peregrine
back.
joke.
You
I
could tell it was a
listening to
Peregrine
You
joke
just
because
made
of
a
the dead
Peregrine
air.
joke.
Reality like 8 times in a row.
Niko is infringing on my brand, and I'm gonna file a formal complaint.
I am very much enjoying watching the enemy AI pathing try to figure out how to get to you.
Blue
Oh,
Low.
that doesn't seem like a scripted invasion.
Yeah,
Is that
I always said we had to watch out for the Lolly Blue Lalo. Fucked it up.
Dabba dee dabba die. I was gonna try to mash that up with a J-Lo song, but then I couldn't remember any J-Lo songs.
How you doing, Mo? You having a good time over there?
Mason Ramsey is just, I'm sorry, y'all. Tonight's been a lot. My favorite basketball player got traded after 11 years with the same team. It's good. It's where he wanted to go. Like, they solved it amicably, but that was like a shock in the middle of dinner. And then a bigger shock was if it's fucking this
Animoji Mason Ramsey.
the fucking Mason Ramsey verse.
It's so the razor.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the razor just. Ugh. It's too much.
It's the most Rebecca Black Friday verse I've heard.
It's so good. If you ain't got no giddy up, then giddy out my way.
Garrison Ward key. That seems
Like,
important.
what a line that
Sure
is.
is.
Ugh. You know, it's just one of those.
So, how to describe where the door is? Do you remember in our first exploration of this DLC, we did some running around in that first part and eventually came out onto kind of a rampart where you could see the start of the zone?
That was the least inconspicuous fake wall I've seen in this game yet.
But no.
I mean, listen, it's hard. It's hard to make that look natural.
I mean, you could see the glowy up here, so you knew something was
It's
up
true.
there.
Was that bone dust? What did you pick
No,
up?
it's a weapon.
Lime dust?
No, it's
Bone
a
knife?
It's a fist. It's a punchy.
Oh, bone fist.
Yeah. Basically, there's kind of some ramparts, and if you took a
you're
right,
invaded.
that was the path
right.
forward to get the item that let us see the invisible cat. And if you took a left, there was a locked door. That's the locked door.
So this person is just hanging out in here and isn't coming to play?
Who could say?
They haven't found me.
Well, they're the bluest of the low, so you know. You've heard of the new low.
God, remember Lori?
Steel-willed.
Or was it Laura? I think it was Laura.
What? No, Lori. Steel-willed Lori? Or
No,
are
I'm
you
talking about like one of the first invaders that I had that I beat like in the goop field.
Oh, right. The one who
and
got.
I pushed her off the building. And then Kato.
Oh,
fought
my God,
Kato in the
Kato.
Belfry
Yeah,
Cup.
the multiple
Well,
Kato
little
invasions
Kato.
is one of my favorite modes. I would run through here to the bonfire and then go back to the start of the zone.
Okay. To this bonfire or?
Yeah.
Well, might as well.
So I can't rest, right? Yeah.
Oh,
So-
right, because they're in here somewhere. Well,
Yeah. Lurking.
Time them out. They can.
Or they can just die.
I think
Oh,
I
wow.
think they weren't sure where you were and got tired of guessing and jumped off a cliff.
Fair.
A win's a win.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, just now we can just rest, right?
Yeah, get my S's back. I finished Observer since we last streamed or recorded, and you know, I don't think it was amazing. I thought it had a cool aesthetic to it, but it ran really rough on the Xbox in a way that like I'm not one to like be super picky about performance, but it really kind of took me out of it, how much it chugged sometimes. So that bothered me, and I wish I could have switched to PC, but I had already played for a couple hours, and I didn't want to start over. So that was a bummer, but also just like...
Oh, wait.
I don't know.
It's through here. Yeah, continue through this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we'll get to the T section, I meant.
the voice acting didn't really do a whole lot for me, and the main kind of story just like I don't know, like the especially the scary parts when you're going into people's dreams or nightmares or whatever, felt like they relied a little bit too heavily on jump scares for my taste. So I think there were some cool things, and it was on Game Pass, so.
Oh, is this also part of the Jump Grid universe?
I don't know what that is.
Well, you mentioned jump scares, so.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Yes, it is.
It's Peregrine special, is what it is.
Wow. See, now we're back to the natural order of things, right? Now
we're back to the fate natural order of things.
Oh God. I just want to level up. I just want to level up my servants. I just want to get.
You just want to level up your hot Benjamin Franklin.
There is no Benjamin Franklin in Fate Grand
There
Order
isn't?
to my knowledge.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't mind being an anime girl, but there are different kinds of anime girl, you know?
Someone has already looked this up. Oh my God! There's a Reddit post that just says Ben Franklin's servant win. As the first result, and
That is such a. That is.
Wait, hold on.
That is an intersection of interests that led that Reddit post to be made.
Okay,
If
there's like some parody
Lin-Manuel
accounts.
Miranda wants Hamilton to take off in Japan, they should just do a crossover.
Oh my God.
It's
I really
Alexander
hope.
Hamilton, the rapping anime girl. What's not?
God.
So I will say that because Fate Grand Order is like written by non-US people,
Yeah.
like they oftentimes like this can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? So it can be a bad thing when you have characters like Geronimo who like clearly are not going to be handled like in the best way. But also, like, weirdly, in some ways, I think they handle aspects of it better than if someone from the U.S. had written it, because they're, like, willing to throw American historical figures under the bus in a way that, like, I doubt.
Right, there isn't the same
Americans would.
reverence.
Okay.
Right.
But
So, like, they dunked on Columbus in the, like, latest. They're like, oh,
Nope.
people are celebrating Columbus Day, even though he was, like, a shitbag. Right? And I'm like, okay, like, we're good, right?
Okay, but also, here's the thing. I'm currently imagining the two members. I don't know if they're still together. I feel like I read something they broke up in the last couple years. But the two members and or former members of Charisma.com playing the Alexander Hamilton and Thomas Jefferson roles in that play. Just please give me that. Thank you.
Yeah, so take a left here.
Update on Christopher Columbus in Fate Grand Order. They have released a Christopher Columbus servant. The alignment is neutral evil.
Yeah. Fits.
Which, as Mo pointed out before, is indistinguishable from lawful evil.
No, lawful neutral is indistinguishable from lawful. There's neutral.
Oh, that's right. Oh, okay.
Neutral
okay.
evil
right,
isn't.
right.
Doesn't. I mean, neutral
all-
evil is just centrists. So, yeah. Evil by inaction is neutral evil. I think. Wait, is neutral evil a thing? Oh yeah, true neutral. Oh, so neutral? Yeah, he's definitely neutral evil. My bad. I thought you couldn't have. I thought neutral evil would be like saying good evil. But that's not how it works.
So I've been looking forward to this. Do light that bonfire. Maybe get in the coffin.
I'm gonna level up first.
Why?
Gotta
Why
string
at
you
this
along.
point?
Because I gotta get that 20 extra points of health.
You're gonna do too many push-ups and not be able to make any friends.
It's true.
Oh, wait, did you die again?
No.
No.
Okay.
The way the
We are at the
matchmaking
15-minute
works
mark,
for
by the way.
invasions, it will be a lot
Yeah.
longer before you
Roughly.
also don't get invaded anymore.
All right, y'all. I love Fate Grand Order. It's a bad game. I love it. That's my final verdict.
Well, I guessed that number perfectly right.
I'm trying to remember what level my platinum save left off at. I think we're almost there. Like, I think 180-ish might have been it.
Yeah, I haven't been like grinding though, so like I'm not worried about being over leveled.
I mean, I wasn't either.
Okay.
I mean, yeah,
It's-
we're not mowed.
I wanted
here.
Yeah,
to
that's
be.
true.
I wanted to have my maximum damage output, but I didn't want to close myself off from potentially having help or helping other people because I needed to grind sunlight medallions.
that
Anyway,
coffin cut
let's
through
go
my
for a
Q-tip head.
bobsled ride.
Wait,
Down
wait.
to everybody's favorite area in the whole
Oh,
entire game.
No. Oh no.
An area that a well-known Soul streamer spent about half an hour in here the first time he played this DLC and gave it a name that I don't feel comfortable repeating on this stream. It's the Frigid Outskirts.
Is this like on a scale of?
And there's a
like-
bunch of other coffins here.
Did y'all hear the Justin McElroy song about Anne Orlando? Has that come up yet? Because it's beautiful,
So-
and I'm gonna find it.
Real quick, so over there, those statues are the summoning ones from the start of the zone, or the start of the DLC. This is the challenge cave for this one.
Oh,
They maybe
no.
decided to take it outdoors. Have fun.
Okay, I forgot how good this song is.
For what it's worth, seriously, I think this area is legitimately cool as like a gameplay concept, and I respect the moxie it takes to put this in your game. But a lot of people have a real bad time here.
Oh, always down to have a bad time.
But yeah, so fog comes up every once in a while. When it's up, you can't see for shit.
Love to eat a dried root. Always tasty.
Trying to think of what else I did last week since we last recorded. I've been doing a lot of stuff around the house, so I haven't had as much time for playing games, and I'm not like as caught up on Ava as I need to be for listening to the Waypoint podcast and stuff. So, oh, there's another building over there. So yeah, so I don't really have a whole lot to talk about. I did just remember that on last weekend I saw a two-header where I went over to my friend's house. We watched Hereditary. Oh, Jesus Christ. We watched Hereditary.
Oh, I didn't realize that Keating was in this game.
And then went to the theater and saw Midsummer,
So,
which was a lot.
So I didn't
Um,
say anything, but when you picked up the key that lets you into here, there was a note on the ground next to it that said "Visions of Horse, then Despair."
I'm gonna just come over here, and then there's a glowy. Is it worth? I'll go get it. But I wanted to leave a message like right about here.
I would
Maybe
not
a
stand
little
still.
further
here.
back. That'll be fine. Nope. It's not fine. I heard it.
Are they? Does it come out of the ground like a gopher? Or does it like fly in like some kind of like?
Oof.
They got that cool AoE,
Okay.
and it lasts long enough to hit you twice.
Peregrine, you've had a relatively chill episode for all of your complaining.
I know.
But yeah,
We're gonna have to do another one like tomorrow.
We get to
or
take
something.
the cool coffin ride every time, though.
God's head.
There are a couple of NPC summon signs in that area near where you start. From where you start to find those statues look like directly behind where it spawns you facing.
Okay.
Just in case you want that sort of thing at some point.
We'll give it some tries without, but
Oh, yeah, Mo, I actually never followed up with you on this, but did you have a favorites list from MuseDash? Because I've been trying to find some of those tracks on like Spotify and stuff. And there's a couple.
My favorite song, I would have to, the only one that I tracked down on Spotify, let me find it, is called, I know it's the last song on my running playlist. It is called, there's two of them.
Okay.
Bass Telekinesis by
Wow, it's a good name.
by Halo Week off the album Quantum Labyrinth.
I love this.
And it's just
Quantum
like,
Labyrinth is going to be a zone when FromSoft finally makes a science fiction one of these.
yeah. Oh, I wanted to say, well, and the other one is Like a Rainbow After the Rain by Keisuke.
Keisuke.
I'm learning from the Eva podcast without even.
Oh god, this is actually good because now that FGO is down, I'm like, oh, I should practice kanji.
Yeah.
It's like we can practice.
Keisuke.
Keisuke Kimura.
It's you always
Kimura.
is like the kind of fast you,
no, not if it's a W.
not if it's W.
Sorry, two
no, I
U's
understand.
together.
I understand.
I realized
Okay.
this.
Then it's like how we would. Oh god.
Then it's a long
More,
vowel. Like basically in Romanized Japanese, if the vowel is written twice, or in the case of O followed by a U, it's just a longer and more pronounced vowel.
Okay, cool. So Keisuke Kimura, Like a Rainbow After the Rain, off of Sunmelt Volume 7. Those are my two that I added. I need to go back to that game a little bit more and play through it some more.
Yeah, I definitely added. Let's see. Yeah, my pick for Spotify was I found Milk.
hmm
I don't know. That was like the last one that got unlocked.
Yeah. What level are you right now?
In MuseDash? Let's see. I played a bunch for like a week, and then I haven't touched
Yeah,
it since
same.
then.
So I'm just wondering. I'm like level 24 or something like that.
Oh, I think I'm way higher than
Yeah,
that.
no, that makes sense.
Yeah, I don't think you unlocked Milk yet.
Yeah.
Because it's the last unlocked song.
Oh yeah, that's
but
like
it's
level
a pretty...
48 or something like that. So the thing
Yeah.
I wanted to say earlier that I forgot about and just remembered about is it's a great conversation for the last 10 to 15 of the stream. Is so you know how they struggle with StarCraft to like make a game in the StarCraft world that isn't just like StarCraft. Like, is that a fair?
They've had two now
FPSs
shooter games.
canceled.
Yeah.
So what if StarCraft, but also Diablo?
Your dedication to this shit posting.
It's a bit. I have to do it. I have to find
Like,
Horse. Where's Horse?
Wouldn't?
It might have just been Beast. Who could say?
No, the
to
message
get
was
killed.
always just Horse.
This is great. Yeah.
I have to. Okay, I'm gonna find it while I'm not fighting the thing.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay. Right at the end here. Let's go.
Yep. But like, what if they just did a Diablo-esque, like, looter hacking, like a action looting game, but in the StarCraft world? Wouldn't that be pretty good and rad and fun? I think it would.
I would honestly rather they do the other way around, where they make a more like a StarCraft style game in the Diablo universe.
Warcraft exists.
Warcraft
is that what Warcraft is?
Warcraft is a StarCraft style video game in the Warhammer universe.
Yeah.
Wait, is it actually in Warhammer?
Just as StarCraft is a Warcraft style game in the Warhammer 40k universe.
Oh, so it's not okay. Then yeah, because I don't want Blizzard's like budget.
No,
I'll take it for Warhammer 40k.
Like flagrantly Warhammer with the serial numbers filed off, and then sci-fi.
Also,
they
because Warhammer is like it goes some places.
Similarly, I would enjoy playing a Zerg deck in a game like Hearthstone.
There's
a Zerg
friends
deck.
At the table, and I can't tell from the title and description if it's the start of the finale or not.
But
it has a title that is giving me anxiety.
It won't be. It's going to be the end of the last. It's probably going to be I mean, I haven't listened to it, obviously. Going to be the end of the last home arc before the finale would be my thought. Which still could have a little anxiety in it, and I'm gonna listen to it in about 10 minutes.
Speaking of anxiety, I was talking about Hereditary and Midsommar, and I forgot to follow up on that. And boy, those movies are a whole lot. Like, I really appreciate the director, Ari Aster, I believe, is their name. Their eye for cinematography and just really uncomfortable situations. It's not horror. It's not horror in the really kind of scary jump scare kind of sense. It's more just deeply unsettling and fucked up. And I really appreciate how much they subvert some horror tropes and stuff. So
I enjoyed Hereditary for the most part. I still need to see the new one.
Yeah, but serious content warnings. Check out the site. The site Does the Dog Die is a great resource. If there are things that you do not want to see, you can check that out and see if a movie or something is going to be something that you should just avoid. And know that it's I definitely felt legitimately fucked up after watching those two movies back to back. There were things that kind of freaked me out that that night or the day after. It's I kept hearing the sound randomly and just being oh shit. And yeah, so I take it Mo and Peregrine, neither of you have seen seen either of those movies?
I don't do this.
Nope.
I don't do the scaries.
You don't do the scary?
I don't do the scaries. My fiance saw Midsommar. Liked it a lot. Thought
there's not an archive of it, but watching Mo try to stream Soma was very enjoyable.
No.
I still gotta finish that. I never finished Soma. I played the beginning. It was scary. It's not so.
Soma, I think I'd be more
one of my favorite
interested in that type of a game, but I don't know. I like Bloodborne style horror, but I don't like well, I don't like horror movies so much.
I like horror. And Bloodborne definitely fits in this because Bloodborne gets pretty creepy and scary sometimes. I like horror where you have agency to kick the horror's butt, and you just have to do it properly. I don't.
You don't want the horror where you have to hide in the closet.
That's not.
Yeah.
I like the heist movie game where you have to hide in the closet. I don't like, or the Hitman where you're you do a swift killing and then you have to hide in the thinking cupboard.
I know the layout of this area, and it is still shocking to me how good these horses are at getting you completely turned around.
Riding on a horse.
I did see a horror movie within the last year. It was Mandy, and I quite enjoyed that.
I didn't see that. Did I see a horror movie in the past year? I saw Jaws last week in the theater, if that counts as a horror movie.
Well, somebody
put the
named
message
Alex
down.
dies in it, so, I had a great time as a kid seeing that one.
Well,
Who is named Alex in that movie?
The little boy who gets eaten at the beach.
Oh, I thought that was just like unnamed German kid.
No, you see his mom running around yelling about Alex. I understand why you didn't notice, but please understand why I did.
Oh, for sure, for sure. But I just heard her only referring to her son as Kinder, and I was like, oh, this German lady sounds.
Yeah, that's the last name. A couple of the other characters refer to her.
Isn't Kinder
and one
like
of them
the
says,
word
like,
for child in German?
I
it
don't
is.
know,
Yes,
but
it's
the
for
guy who wrote
multiple children.
The guy who wrote the book that the movie is based on is maybe not such a great author.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Even if that movie is incredible.
I think that
also
movie,
Michael Crichton and
I think that movie
how
is
his Steven Spielberg movie went.
Hold on, did you just fog up the room?
Yes.
I think I might have. Did I just make it worse?
Well, you could heal in that, presumably, but
I think that
that's funny.
it is. I think that.
Oh, is this not the end?
God.
What? Oh
No,
my god.
that's the halfway point.
Ugh.
I think Jaws is a solid like 8.2.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Because I
Thanks,
think.
IGN.
Yeah, no, I was doing a specific IGN rating. Maybe a 7.9. I thought the Captain character was like one of the worst written characters. Like, Captain sucks. And I loved Richard Dreyfuss's character. The sheriff or whatever was kind of a nothing guy also. He's
There's
fine.
in the book, there's like a giant infidelity subplot that is just completely not in the movie.
Between
that
who?
is really weird and like, it's there is some stuff in that movie that I think, or in the book, that says more about the guy who wrote it. Like in a way that like, oh, I don't know why this is in here at all.
Oh, so it's like Evangelion.
Yeah, that's it.
I had no
Thinking
idea
about
that
the end
the
of
marine
Jaws, thinking about
biologist
the
was
end
Richard
of
Dreyfuss.
Evangelion. Yeah.
And it shocked me when I found out it was Richard Dreyfuss.
Well, now you know how everybody on the internet felt this week finding out that Robert Redford played a guy who looks like a lumberjack, and even more alarmingly, young people don't know who Robert Redford is, which actually isn't that
I still have
alarming.
no
That's
idea who
pretty
That's
Robert Redford is.
Not that alarming. Like, I don't know who like Clark Gable is besides. I could not. You could hold a gun to my head, and I would be like, what has Clark Gable been in? And I'd be like, Gone.
Anne of Green Gables.
Gone with the Wind. Like, I don't know. Maybe. Like, but you could say that for.
Yeah, but Clark Gable isn't still alive. Clark Gable didn't retire literally last year. Like,
retire
it's
is
not
a
the same.
you know
I don't know. Did
what?
Clark Gable wasn't
Okay.
in Avengers Endgame for about 30 seconds. Like,
But being that guy is different from being Robert Redford. Like, oh yeah, it's that guy. That guy from, like, so I think that, I get it. I fully get it. Like,
Oh fuck.
you know. But the thing is,
but no, to be clear, I don't think it's that surprising that the thing we're referencing here for people who haven't seen it is that Austin tweeted some images from the Waypoint staff Discord of him trying to explain to Kato and Natalie who Robert Redford is, and maybe having a bit of an existential crisis in the middle of it. It's a very funny conversation, but I don't think it's that weird that
I'm trying to think
young
how many
people don't know
Robert
who
Redford
Robert
movies I've
Redford is.
seen. I've seen all the President's Men.
I mean, I've seen a ton of them,
It's
but
fine.
stuff from that
I've seen.
that era like isn't on streaming services.
Was he in the French Connection?
Barely. Don't believe so.
Okay, so no. Was he? He was in the cowboy movie.
Yep. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance
He
Kid.
was in the one where he and Brad Pitt played the same character at different ages.
I forget the title of that
Spy
one.
Game. I love Spy Game.
Why are you fighting the horses, Niko?
Because they're not gonna leave me alone.
What if you leave that?
I was
I
in-
don't think that's a good enough reason to fight the horses.
I don't know. I haven't had time to think about it, and we're out of time. So
Yeah, we're getting there.
um,
We are.
You got.
I-
you
I
got
did
about
wanna
do
three-
one
you
last
got about
thing.
Three
Yeah.
quarters of the way through.
Yeah, we're.
I did want to do one last thing before. I also thought that guy that was standing out facing the snow ocean was maybe important, and he super wasn't. So that was a waste of time fighting him.
Nope, I don't.
And
know
then also
that- I
fighting
don't
a
think
horse
it-
at the
I don't
same
know
time.
If he respawns or not.
Oh, maybe. But I had also not even aggroed him anyway, so it would have been fine. But it's okay. But I do want to do one last thing before I leave. Before we call it for tonight, because I'm gonna forget
Are you gonna
otherwise.
try to leave the note again?
I'm totally gonna leave that note. I found where it is.
I support this wholeheartedly.
Did you look in the menu where you're? I mean, you can't find where
Yeah.
you're going in the valley.
It's under
so-
body parts. For some reason, a horse is a body part.
Wait, Peregrine, you really don't know who Robert Redford is, or were you being?
I seriously do not know who this person is.
Peregrine isn't.
I mean,
like,
I've probably heard the
Oh,
name
I've
before,
seen the
but like I
Natural,
didn't.
too. That's one. Have you seen? I'm trying to think of something Peregrine might have seen. This is tough.
I mean, Peregrine should go watch Sneakers at some point because it is a wonderful time capsule of like early '90s nerd bullshit.
I think I
in
got
a
it.
Really fun way. Like, I wish that the movie that was famous for being the like goofy '90s techno thriller movie was Sneakers instead of Hackers.
I haven't
Sneakers
seen
is
that.
good.
I should see that. Yeah. Okay.
Sneakers also has.
Peregrine, have you ever seen
I
The
made it.
Horse Whisperer?
Look at all of these
I've
ratings.
Heard of it?
It's
I think
very
I saw.
popular.
I think
No one
my
likes
parents
this try
watched it
message.
when I was like 6, and I super wasn't paying attention because it seemed like a super
Horse?
boring premise.
You know, there are like there. Not to be. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not. Robert Redford has given a lot to cinema. He's done a lot for it. Sundance, various probably other stuff. His actual filmography is not strong.
Okay, good. That was going where I was hoping it
It's
would go.
you know, he says yes to a lot of stuff. It's
like a
All right.
sounds like a Nick Cage kind of a figure, you know, like a good
He's not
actor
as
in the
good
right
of an
hands,
actor as
but
Nick Cage.
I have a
Well.
question before we
I
wrap
would
up
not
here.
go. I would agree that the kind of projects Robert Redford says yes to, especially once he moved into being as much of a director as he is an actor, are maybe targeted at people more in his age bracket, let's say. But Jesus,
Say Nick Cage.
comparing them as actors is two apples and oranges.
Okay, but sometimes you have
Gotcha,
a really good
gotcha.
apple and like a decent orange.
Here's.
Are you saying that Nick Cage is not one of the best
Here-
actors of all
I'm
time?
saying
No,
Nick Cage
actually, I'm
is-
not. Nick Cage is no joke an
Nick
incredible
Cage
actor.
can act circles around Robert Redford.
Here's
is
what
I'm
I am saying. When Robert Redford ends up a meme, it is by accident. When Nick Cage ends up a meme, it is he knows what he's doing.
Sure.
And
yeah.
that says more about who they are as people, but I don't think that one makes them better than the other.
Robert Redford is a
think-
mere meme immortal, but
Okay.
Nick Cage is a meme lord.
What? So what I'm thinking is like, is there a role that Robert
Mo,
Redford
we're-
could play that Nick Cage couldn't play?
You let
We're
Mo
gonna
do
have
the
to save it
intro
for
and
next week.
outro, and this is what we get.
Well, that's about all the time we have. Sparkletone, where can people find you on the internet?
I am on Twitter as @Sparkletone, and I'm on the Waypoint Discord.
Peregrine?
You can watch me not use my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/peregrine38 and catch me angrily yelling at Robert Redford stands to name at least one Stravinsky ballet over on twitter.com @terrificgrowth.
You can find me, Mo, at Mo_swords on Twitter, and I stream semi-regularly here at Waypoint Community. I'm currently streaming Griftlands when I stream alone, and Pillars of Eternity 2 when I stream with other people. And Niko?
You can find me hanging out over in the Waypoint Discord. You can follow me on Twitter at Corey D. Shaw, wondering, has there always been bones in the bonfires in Dark Souls? Since I just noticed that for the first time tonight.
It's an item! You put the bones in the fire!
The Emerald Herald seems tired of listening to us.
She does.
She's had enough of our shit.
Special thanks to Too Mellow for great. Take that one again. Special thanks to Too Mellow for graciously allowing us to use his music. You can find the track Old Haunts and everything he does over at twomellowmakes.bandcamp.com. If you've missed any of the previous episodes, you can find them on Niko's YouTube at bit.ly/NikoYouTube. We'll be back next week with more Dark Souls 2 right here on twitch.tv/waypointcommunity at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, and we hope to see you then. Thanks for watching.
The pace of that outro, glacial.